Welcome to today's video where we will see the top 5 reasons why you might want to reconsider moving to the Sunshine State. While Florida may seem like a dream destination for many, there are some important factors to consider before making the move. These are the top 5 reasons why you should avoid Florida. Number 5. The weather. Picture this: a relentless, sweltering heat that wraps around you like a suffocating blanket, pressing down with oppressive force. It's not just any heat. It's the kind that makes you feel like you're trapped in a sauna, your skin sticky with sweat before you even step outside. And if the heat alone isn't enough to dissuade you, add in the ever-looming threat of hurricanes. Every year, Florida becomes a target for these destructive forces of nature, unleashing torrential rains, powerful winds, and widespread devastation. It's a game of Russian roulette with Mother Nature, never knowing when the next storm will strike or how severe it will be. But even when the hurricanes pass, the aftermath is far from pleasant. The humidity hangs thick in the air, turning once vibrant neighborhoods into soggy mosquito-infested swamps. Mold creeps into homes, thriving in the dampness left behind by the relentless downpours. Number 4. Insurance. Alright, let's break down Florida's insurance mess in simpler terms. First off, hurricanes are like Florida's unwanted guests that just won't leave. With all that coastline, the state gets smacked pretty hard by these storms, causing a ton of property damage. So, insurance companies are like, nah, we're not dealing with that. Many of them either charge crazy high premiums or just bail on Florida altogether. That leaves folks scrambling to get coverage from the state's backup insurer, Citizens Property Insurance Corporation. But guess what? Their rates aren't exactly a steal, and the coverage isn't always great. And even if you can afford insurance, you might end up paying an arm and a leg for it. Blame it on Florida's risky geography. Insurers see all those hurricanes coming and hike up the prices to cover their butts. Then there's the dirty side of things: insurance fraud. Some people try to pull a fast one by faking damage or inflating claims. That mess just drives up costs for everyone else. The state's tried fixing things with some reforms, but let's be real, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Private insurers are still wary, fraud's still happening, and premiums are still through the roof. So, yeah, Florida's insurance situation? It's a hot mess. But before we get to reason number 3, don't forget to destroy the like button and subscribe to the channel. Number 3. Cost of living. Now, let's talk about the cost of living in Florida. It's no joke. First up, housing costs. If you're looking to buy a house or even rent, get ready to fork over a hefty chunk of change. With all the demand from retirees, tourists, and folks relocating from colder states, housing prices have shot up faster than a roller coaster at Disney World. And it's not just the big cities like Miami and Orlando. Even smaller towns are feeling the squeeze. Then there's the infamous Florida tax. No, not an actual tax, but you'll feel it when you're shelling out extra cash for things like insurance, groceries, and utilities. It's like everything costs a little more just because you're living in the Sunshine State. And let's not forget about healthcare. Sure, you've got some world-class hospitals and specialists, but they come with a hefty price tag. Without decent insurance, a trip to the doctor or a stay in the hospital can drain your bank account faster than you can say ouch. And don't get me started on transportation. If you don't have a car, good luck getting around. Public transit in many parts of Florida is about as reliable as a summer thunderstorm, meaning not very. And if you do have a car, be prepared to spend a small fortune on gas and tolls, especially if you're commuting long distances. Number 2. Education. The education system in Florida faces several significant challenges. One of the biggest issues is funding. Florida's schools often find themselves scraping by with limited resources, which means teachers might have to dip into their own pockets for supplies, and students might miss out on crucial programs and opportunities. Then there's the constant struggle to find enough qualified teachers. Between low salaries, high turnover, and a lack of support, it's no wonder there's a shortage. And when there aren't enough teachers to go around, students suffer. Testing is another headache. Florida loves its standardized tests, but all that focus on testing can suck the joy out of learning and leave students and teachers feeling stressed and burned out. And let's not forget about the achievement gaps. Despite efforts to level the playing field, there are still huge disparities in outcomes based on factors like race, income, and zip code. It's a problem that's been around for far too long and shows no signs of going away. Then there's the whole charter school debate. While some see them as a solution to the problems plaguing traditional public schools, others worry they're draining resources and exacerbating inequality. Safety is also a major concern. After tragedies like the Parkland shooting, there's been a renewed focus on keeping students safe and providing support for their mental health. And last but not least, there's the ever-rising cost of college. Tuition keeps going up, financial aid is hard to come by, and many students are left wondering if a degree is worth the mountain of debt they'll graduate with. Number 1. Job opportunity. In Florida, the job market can often feel like a puzzle missing a few key pieces. While there are certainly opportunities out there, finding the right fit can be a challenge. One of the main issues is the types of jobs available. Florida's economy relies heavily on industries like tourism, hospitality, and agriculture, which can create limitations for job seekers in other fields. If you're not interested in working at a theme park or picking oranges, you might struggle to find options that match your skills and interests. Additionally, many of the jobs available in Florida are low-paying or part-time positions. This can make it difficult for workers to make ends meet, especially with the high cost of living in certain areas of the state. It's not uncommon for people to work multiple jobs just to get by. Another challenge is job stability. With Florida's economy susceptible to fluctuations in tourism and other seasonal industries, layoffs and job losses can occur unexpectedly. This uncertainty can leave workers feeling anxious about their futures and hesitant to invest in their careers. Furthermore, access to education and training can be a barrier for some job seekers. While there are opportunities for higher education and vocational training in Florida, not everyone has the resources or support they need to pursue these paths. This can limit upward mobility and perpetuate cycles of poverty and inequality. Lastly, transportation issues can impact job opportunities for many Floridians. Public transportation options are limited in many areas of the state, making it difficult for people to access employment opportunities that are not within walking or biking distance. This lack of mobility can further exacerbate disparities in access to jobs and economic opportunities. In conclusion, while Florida may seem like a dream destination with its sunny beaches and vibrant culture, it's essential to weigh the pros and cons carefully before making the decision to move here. From the sweltering heat and frequent hurricanes to the high cost of living and limited job opportunities, there are certainly challenges to consider. Whether you're drawn to the state for its lifestyle or contemplating a relocation for other reasons, it's crucial to be aware of the potential downsides and to approach your decision with eyes wide open. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more content. Bye-bye.